Leon, I don't know if Joseph is here. We have Sandy Barker, Sandy right there. Also, Sandy and Leon were head of the Texas Rocket Engineering Lab, which is one of the reasons that SWIFT came together. But today, we have a very special guest joining us, if you can't see, Josh Baer, we are very thankful for your support as a co-founder, or the founder of the Capital Factory. He gives the community this space available for meetups like ours tonight, where we do a monthly meetup on the second Thursday. And Josh, thank you so much for joining us. Josh is traveling internationally, but we have his, is it avatar or his bot? I'm not sure what the right word is, but still working on that. But anyway, Josh, thank you so much, and I want to give you a couple of seconds to say hi to everyone. Oh, by the way, you were with the space station earlier today, so we're in good company here. I think we're following your interview on the space station.
Awesome. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, great. So first of all, Heather texted me earlier asking if I could come, and she always diligently does. And I was so sorry I was out of the country, but how glad I am that you guys all come here, because it is what this space is for. And I just love seeing this meetup here happen so regularly and seeing such a great turnout. As it so happens, earlier today, I'm actually in Mexico, and we're on an offsite with our executive team planning out like the next year. And we did a conference call like this on video with Stormy, my dog here. But we were talking to our good friend, Mike Fink, who is commander of the space station and currently on the space station. And we did like a live video call with a bunch of us and a bunch of our space entrepreneurs and space investors. We would have invited all of you had we known. We should have. But we all got to have this live video call with Mike on the space station, where he was like doing flips and somersaults, giving us a tour, showing us the bathroom, and then actually showing us like the cupola where they can like see the Earth. And we got to see the Earth like through his iPad and get our little attempt at the overview effect. And so yeah, it was super awesome. It was just kind of like one of those things you only get to do at Capital Factory, is talk about having a video chat with somebody on the space station and bringing the daughter on the screen. And it was just totally awesome. And so what a great coincidence that you guys are here tonight. And yeah, just super glad you're all here. If I can help you all with anything, we try to be pretty easy to reach and easy to connect to. I mean, it's not seen that way, but the best way to reach me is email. I get a lot of email, but I have people that help me too. And if you send me an email at josh@quityourjob.com, that's my email address, josh@quityourjob.com. If you send me an email right now, you will get like I'll get your email, but you'll get an email back right away with like a whole bunch of tips about Austin and funding and things like that. And then you'll have my email, so you can email me anytime. So let me know if I can help. Mostly what I can help is like connecting to somebody else that can help. And that's what Capital Factory is all here for, is open connecting people that can help. And that's why you guys are all here. So thanks for coming. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Capital Factory.
Please help yourself to the bar now. Your unlimited drinks. Okay. Thank you. So we have, again, thanks, Josh, for coming and for allowing us to be here. We have also some swift updates. We were also interviewed today, or Leon was interviewed today around our jobs workforce report. KXAN, I believe, was I don't know what they're planning to. I know that, look, we can't open the newspaper or turn on the television or, check your email without hearing something about the space industry. And it's very hot right now, obviously, not only with the National Defense Initiatives, but the Lunar Mars initiatives, but now there's data centers in space, which is really insane, the amount of, you see the hundreds of billions of dollars that the large hyperscalers, Google and Amazon and Azure, are all investing in the cloud. To think that those hundreds of billions of dollars are going to go into space makes you realize that we are at the beginning of something foundational and fundamental change for our industry, and it's going to require everybody working together to fulfill the jobs that can support that. So people like Jonathan that are building the propulsion systems that can keep that sustained in orbit, and Cesium Astro, they're building the satellite buses that will protect us with this Golden Dome initiative and others. So anyway, we would like to thank our sponsors here. We have LSAS Tech USA, we have Starbase Brewing, Still Austin providing the whiskey, which is wonderful for us. And also LSAS Tech, you know, who does this on an annual basis. We're very fortunate to have your support. Space Force Association, we're co-sponsoring with INSEC tonight, the National Security Innovation Council. And we are also with the New Space Hub, and Brent, I encourage you to talk to him. We also have Rick Tomlinson here. Rick Tomlinson is one of the leading speakers on space. He should actually be doing this rather than me, but I'm holding the microphone, and possession is 9/10 of the law. But he just spoke at the Space Economics Summit in Florida, right? That the Economist puts on. And he also just recently published a book that you can see there, Why Space, which I think is very timely for us. But I've known Rick for decades. When I was working on Capitol Hill, pushing for space innovation back in the, well, I'm not going to say what decade it was, but it was a while back. I was there with Rick, and Rick has been a steadfast supporter for space, and we wouldn't have a lot of the commercial space initiatives we have with Lori Garver and everything were it not for his continued work. So thank you, Rick, for that. With that, I would like to turn it over to Heather to give some updates about Swift in 2026.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, 2026 is almost upon us, and as you guys know, we're all busy planning and thinking about what are we going to do in the year of 2026. Well, space is happening, as you guys can see, and we have got a couple of things that we wanted to talk to you about. Number one, if you guys look over here, we have just updated our deck on this event because it's been growing every month. And guys, this is a turnout during the holiday season. Think about that. There's so many Christmas parties tonight and other things going on, but we still have a wonderful and robust room. And that's because you guys keep coming back, you keep bringing friends. These events have been very successful. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of data about what we've been doing here. Ecosystem Space has been pulling in some incredible leaders from our space industry here in Austin and beyond. People have been driving in for this event from other places. We're getting calls from all around the state. So there's opportunities, if we keep going, Tyler, these are the event dates that we're planning. We do that on the second Thursday of every month, so we've already got our schedule for next year. If anything changes, we'll let you know. And you know, we market these things. We have an incredible and a robust mailing list of well over 1,000 industry people right now. Very high level, a lot of C-suite, a lot of, you know, people that are really running incredible initiatives. And we have had a lot of great attendance averages, and we've seen a lot of growth. 30% increase in attendance since the first event. And actually, we put this deck together about maybe a month and a half ago, so I think it's even more by now. If you go to the next one, we can send you guys this for anybody who's interested, but if you just look at some of the represented organizations here, we've got some of the biggest players in the state of Texas. So we're very proud of that. We want to thank you all for continuing to come and represent your company. And then lastly, we've noticed that we have 30% C-suite founders and owners. We have another 23% of directors and VPs, so this is a high-level room. A lot of business can be done, and that's why we're doing this. And tons of sponsors and partners to date. So we are grateful for that support. We're looking for more partners and more sponsors next year. If anybody's interested, come find me. And that's all I want to say about that. The other thing I'm going to quickly talk about is a cool opportunity happening. We mentioned it last month, for those of you who weren't here. Swift is a mission partner in the first inaugural Space House at South by. We'll see if this comes together this year because we're working like crazy to pull in potential partners. But I just wanted to show you guys this because it's the first time South by is doing an official house about space. So if anyone is interested in this, please come see me. I won't get into too many details, but I just wanted to put it on your radar. And lastly, South by has also been so gracious to offer a discounted rate for the innovation piece of the festival to all of our ecosystems. So an email went out recently to those of you on our mailing list. If anybody wants more information on that, you could just email me at heather@swiftrocket.org, and you'll get a reply email with how to get that discounted badge. Super great partnership there with South by. Lastly, I'm going to do another shout out. Rick Tomlinson is signing his books for Y Space, and he is in the back there. So please go see him and get this while you can, because it's pretty historical to have one of our new space pioneers in the room with us tonight. So, all right, I'm going to turn it over now to Leon, our Vice President and co-founder.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Happy Christmas.
The only one that got the Christmas theme memo was Drew and Art. So I want to take a moment to thank Drew. thank Drew for partnering with us. Every month we're trying to kind of mix things up and have another partner organization in. NSIC, NSIC, incredible organization. If you haven't been in one of the, like, bi-weekly, like, how many? Weekly meetings, really encourage it, especially if you're DoD or innovation space. I always try to meet them if I can. Drew, I'll let you.
Great, thank you. Just real briefly, appreciate Heather, Brent, Leon. The whole purpose of this group is so important to building the ecosystem in this part of the state, as well as throughout the rest of the great country of Texas. So also just want to thank my wife, Sarah. First event I get to say my wife, Sarah. Yes. And just two things real briefly. NSIC is intended to be a convening spot to ensure Texas is the partner of choice for national security innovation. A number of you do join our calls. If you want to join our distro, just drop me a note or get my card or give me your card. And we do meet about once a week, and we schedule it around the availability of people who are in this dual use space. Second is we will have an in-person event here on Tuesday of next week with the Lieutenant General and Deputy Commanding General, same person, for Army Transformation and Training Command. So he is going to lay out how this merger of Army futures with training and doctrine command is happening. I've heard rumors of up to 300,000 soldiers and service members who are going to be within this command. Not all here, throughout the world, but what this means, and Brian Cook can tell you more about it, and others can tell you more about it, and be more interesting than I am, maybe even more accurate. But is that this is to look at what the battle domain of 10 years will look like, both from a defensive and an offensive capability, and then affect who gets recruited, how you train, what kinds of positions, what kind of capabilities are needed, all the way through to the end of the time in formal duty. And so it's exciting that Austin is going to continue to be the home of this AT2COM. So thank you for allowing me to be here. Leon, let me give it back to you.
All right, thank you. All right, well, it's my absolute pleasure now to welcome Ken Smith with Cesium Astro, who is a company that is known. I am a simple rocket man with my simple rocket ways. And if the phrase active phased communications arrays means anything to you, please have a conversation with this man. It's above my pay grade.
Thanks so much, Leon. I appreciate it. I was going to say, before I get into this, I think I try to do these presentations without using the term active phased array. It's actually kind of a game. It is our baseline technology, but since you already introduced it, no problem at all. So I'm Ken Smith, CFO of Cesium Astro. I've been with the company for about 18 months, and it's really been nothing but a joy ever since. One thing I want to say before we talk about the company a bit is that we are, raising money in our Series C right now, and there's $5 million left. So I'm looking around the room for anybody who can, maybe finds this inspiring and wants to come to the table. You can find me afterwards. I'll need a drink. So anyway, you have to do that. But anyway, Cesium Astro has been a bit of a dream. I've been probably doing accounting and finance for about 20 years now, or 20 plus years. And I've done it really with manufacturing and engineering companies, which has really been interesting. I didn't do it on purpose, it just kind of happened that way. And, coming to Cesium Astro has been kind of the culmination of my career and a culmination of this company that was founded in 2017 right here in Austin. So Shay Savrapur is the CEO and founder, and he, he's a rocket scientist. He's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. He's very philosophical, and he really had the idea to productize a technology that had always been really custom and used on, let's say, bespoke satellite solutions, and had never really been productized before. Just a minor thing like that. So using a technology called active phased arrays, and he's been able to do that over 7 years. So the company, what do we do? So active phased arrays are essentially a way to communicate and a way to connect. You take anything away from tonight, it's that Cesium Astro is a connectivity company. And connectivity, of course, happens in space, like we're talking about here, but it also happens, on the ground. It happens in automobiles. It happens on your cell phones that people have right now. And the way everything is connecting is called spectrum. So spectrum is all around us, and spectrum is a natural resource that we all use really on a daily basis without even knowing or seeing it. But spectrum is a limited natural resource. And so using a technology like ours is really the most efficient way to use spectrum. If I'm getting too boring, please take a sip of your drink or something. I swear I'm the finance guy. This could be way worse. But anyway, so what are we doing? Like, what markets are we playing in today? Cesium Astro was really aimed to be in the space market, but is also really involved in ground communications as well. What we're looking at in the future, so today the company is roughly 450 people. We've essentially doubled in size since last year, probably tripled in the last 2 years. So the company is growing fast, right? And we have made public announcements about kind of what orders are driving that and like what our products are, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the company is really, moving forward at a rapid pace. I was just telling Leon that if you go to our website, you'll see if you want a job. We have basically 180 job requisitions open today. So you can go to the website, take a look. We're based in all the places you would find an aerospace and defense company in the U.S. West Austin is not one of those, but that is our headquarters. But we are based or we do have offices in Westminster, Colorado, outside of Denver, in El Segundo, California, and we are now expanding really as well. So what do our products look like? We really divide our company into 3 different product lines. One of those is really our space communications. We're making space-based payloads. One of those is really our ground terminal, or SATCOM terminal, which is really the device that's facing up as the satellite communicates down. And the third thing is that we announced last year that we're building really our own turnkey communication satellite. That satellite is not, we are creating a satellite bus, but we are not a satellite bus provider, like some of our friends here in Texas. But we are basically building that bus so we can fit our payloads on the bus. And I won't go any deeper than that. But anyway, so we're making really 3 different product lines. We've had a lot of success so far. Our Element satellite, right after it was announced, basically had we were awarded a StratFi agreement, which is really a cost-sharing agreement with the federal government, in which they're funding half of our mission for the future. So that mission right now is ongoing. We plan on launching that next year in 2026. As far as the ground segment goes, I think this is really the most impressive segment this year. There are no public announcements about this, so as a private company, I have to kind of zip it. But what I can say is that we did sign the largest order in the company's history this year. It was probably 5x anything we've ever signed before with a U.S. government customer, and really that's propelling our company into the future, and that was using this SATCOM terminal technology with phased arrays. But what's interesting about that line of business is that we can address multiple markets. being a connectivity provider means that we're not just addressing the space market, we're actually addressing, let's say aero products, almost anything that needs to be connected and anything that's moving, maritime, etc. So it's super exciting for us. We have, as I do an investor pitch a lot, we have a $400 billion total addressable market. And I always say, look, that's a big number. And any VC is going to say, that's great, Ken, you guys have a big addressable market. But the idea is that we can actually address, 5, 6, 7 different markets for connectivity, and that we span this really wide area with our products. So Cesium Astro is really firing on all cylinders at this point. We are a VC-backed company. We've been a VC-backed company. We've been funded. We've been lucky to have the investors that we've had so far. It's been tremendous for us and our growth. I mentioned we're basically closing our Series C at this point, so we're really moving on from that. And that's going to help us expand. So most folks are asking, okay, well, what are you going to do with this money? You have a lot of success. What are you going to do with our dollars? And the answer is, look, there's two different things. One is we want to expand our products and product lines. We've been kind of in R&D mode really for years right now, and we're just starting to productize everything and move towards this successful, cash-generating company. So that's one. But really, we're going to spend it on international expansion, local expansion. It's another topic I can't talk about yet, but will be coming out soon. But we are going to have our headquarters and home, right here in Austin. And we need to move. Cheers, thank you. We need to move from essentially, well, you wouldn't believe where we are right now, so don't worry about it. But, close. If I told you the Galleria Mall, you'd probably scratch your head a bit, like, wait a second, what did you say? But we are in the Galleria Mall. And so, so we're moving from really a small 10,000 square foot footprint to roughly 27 times that. And so that's really going to propel us in the future. And we're super excited about this. This is all coming to a head in 2026. And we'll be happily moving on with that. And then internationally, we're moving, we just opened an office in Tokyo. If you look us up on LinkedIn, you'll see, Shay and Trey and Will, some of my colleagues with a sake, smashing it, and having a good time in Tokyo. So we've opened that office up. We're looking for customers there. We've expanded our offices in Europe, Germany, UK. We're looking also at other kind of Eastern Asian companies as well, or countries as well, because we've had a lot of investment there. So it's super exciting for us to continue to really grow. So with that being said, I don't have a whole lot more for you. I'm happy to talk to anybody or answer questions. And if you want to write checks to us, I will give you my business card and email address. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ken, and thank you, all SaaStech, for bringing Cesium in here tonight. We look forward to their continued participation in the future. As you can see, without the technology that Cesium is working on, we're not going to have the bandwidth of the future to be able to support all the devices and the communications that we need securely. So thank you for that. And look, we're at this interesting point, right? So you have Firefly right up the street, and that is building this new version of their medium launch vehicle. You have Cesium, which is building the next generation of satellite buses and communication systems that can support the bandwidths and the use cases, whether it's data center in space or checking your email from some remote location, or maybe getting better Wi-Fi on United Airlines, which they need very badly. We thank you for that, and it's happening right here in Austin, as well as Starbase Brewing, by the way. Steve, who by the way, I'm just going to keep repeating this because I think it's just so cool that they announced the first brewing in space here at our event. So we're really, really pleased to have all of our sponsors here. So we have until 8 p.m., so another, little bit, and then after that, we all do the ninja smoke and disappear, right? So anyway, but have fun while we are, network, meet each other, and we look forward to seeing you the next one. And thank you so much, Drew, also for coming in with Insect. Thank you.
What did I get wrong? I did enjoy watching Josh.
I know.
Although, hey man, he drove up. So what?
Yeah, I did. I was like,
kind of fun. That was sort of impressive.
it was like this thing is fun. I was also at DC. I was like, Josh O'Leary, he goes to Logan. It was like the grand arrival at Swift.
Yeah. I like that you got it. Did you line the wings up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's glorious.
Well, I didn't get the other one because I would have missed. Yeah, well, I didn't get it. So yeah, I mean, he's like, I was also at DC today, so he's got one of those on our station off at the Union Market. So welcome.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got about 4 minutes till we're closing down, but again, you don't have to stay here. But you were welcome to go in any of the bars. Thank you again for so much for coming tonight, and we got about 5 minutes, so we need to clear out. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.